viewers, and a very warm welcome back to the Quarantine News. I hope you are keeping well and safe from wherever you're tuning in. My name is Elizabeth Njoga. Now today I'm giving you a break from all death statistics. We are doing something different today, and it's called debunking, myth busting, all these conspiracy theories surrounding the coronavirus. Today we're taking a deeper look into that, as there has been a lot of things circulating through the social media, and we know that the social media is very powerful tool, because the biggest percentage of people now rely on social media as their main key, or rather their main point of information, as opposed to the conventional ways of newspapers, magazine, and broadcasted news. So people are taking initiatives to perpetrate information without verifying whether it is valid information or not, and therefore there has been a number of theories. Now before I jump into that, I just have a quick fact check that I want to give to you before we go on to the theories that I have listed them here on my computer. Just a disclaimer, I've taken more than 10 days preparing this specific bulletin. I just needed to have everything written down and well structured and well researched. Like this morning I had like a very elaborate conversation with someone who is a practitioner in the medical field here in the UAE, and they mentioned something that is very strange to me, that right now all the hospitals are full, in as much as we're saying that we are just about 10,000 cases here in Dubai, and there has been like a consistent 500-digit number. I have paid much attention, especially here in the UAE. Now, away from that, I'm not going to bore you with much talk. We debunking coronavirus myths. At the moment, the world has 3.4 million cases, 895,000 recoveries, 212,000 deaths. I have not taken account of the ones that are in critical conditions, because they're in critical condition. I'm not saying anything, they're just in critical condition. Now, USA is the world leader. If there was a medal, USA has the gold, because they have 57,000 deaths so far. Italy is far second with about 27,500. Just take note, I'm rounding off the figures. Spain and France are fighting for the third position at a distance 23,000. United Kingdom has 22,000. I think this is pretty much enough. I don't need to go to those countries that have registered less than 500. Now, don't scroll. I'm talking to you because you know you rely on social media for your information. Yes, so here we go. Debunking the conspiracy theories. The very first one I have here, please computer, help me operate. Do thermal scanners diagnose coronavirus? I think in some countries there has not been correct figures reported, because people are checking their temperatures. Yeah, especially we in the third world country, we are very guilty. We're checking temperatures. If it's 37, 38, you have Rona, you have Koro, you have Rona, but that may not necessarily be the case. So the thermal scanners can only detect the fever, the weather change, maybe if someone has some pre-existing conditions like a flu or infections. In some countries, some people have been false diagnosed to have coronavirus while they are not, when they don't have it, because some people are not symptomatic. We have seen a lot of people who just died suddenly of the coronavirus without displaying any symptoms. Some people have survived the 14-day quarantine period and then ended up, after 1 month, just suddenly, yeah, I have Rona, yes, I'm dying, please guys, I'm dying. Yeah, so thermal scanners do not necessarily diagnose coronavirus. So all of you people buying thermometers, pause. Use that money for something else. Okay, number 2, do face masks protect you from coronavirus? This may be true. You see, if you look at it from the perspective of healthcare workers, they wear different kind of masks that are fitting into the screen, that are not letting any droplets, any particles get in through their nostril or through the mouth. Now, if you buy this big mask that you're buying here, and I don't know if I have a sample to show you. I don't have a sample right now. But this mask, some people have some spaces in. People are wearing it wrongly, maybe inside out. People are recycling it, which is even exposing you further if maybe you have had the interaction with someone who has not been diagnosed yet, or maybe interaction with someone who did not know they even have the virus. So if you recycle this surgical mask or this N95 mask or this makeshift mask, because people are even wearing bandana on their faces instead of the mask, so you are equally exposed. It is true that there is a little percentage, about 20%, that protects you from contracting the coronavirus if you interact with someone who has it, or rather a carrier. You have 20% protection. So yeah, it's true. We are debunking this myth, and yeah, 20% of the time you are protected, not all the time. So yeah, now you know it. On to the third point. About the 5G. Now, this is more like a revolutionary approach to it. This is scientist approach. You see, somebody who just have a basic understanding of the fact that I want to be alive, I want to survive the coronavirus. This whole theory of the 5G network does not really come to play, because coronavirus originated from Wuhan and has killed thousands and thousands of people. There is a connection right now in the world. There is a network and people are constantly on the move. So look at major cities of China, like Beijing. We did not see many cases, or at least they were not published for people to see. So if you want to blame the 5G network, some countries have really less coverage of the 5G network. Look, after China, the immediate casualty of the coronavirus, way before it was even pronounced as a global pandemic by the World Health Organization, already Iran were dying in their big numbers. Most of the health officials and ministers of Iran died from the coronavirus. Now they have a very little coverage for this virus. So pay attention and not be cheated. See, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, all these places, we have not seen any case, and their life has not stopped like the rest of the world is right now at a standstill. So I'll leave you to use your logic at this point. Okay, the fourth myth. Does everyone with coronavirus die? Come on. I just gave you the facts at the beginning of the bulletin. 895,000 recoveries, 212,000 deaths. So yes, there is recovery. Is there a cure for coronavirus? Not yet demystified. Nobody knows at the moment. Everyone is using trial and error. Each country is keeping a secret of how they're treating people. Like I mentioned in one of the bulletins here, I believe last week, United Arab Emirates is planning to use blood plasma from the people who have survived the coronavirus to treat the ones who are still sick. Now the irony is that the ones who are recovering do not have such a strong immune system that you can harvest blood plasma from them. So if they have potential cure in the plasma of the ones who recover, they recover, and their phase of recovery, their body system simply tells you, no, you cannot harvest plasma from me because I'm equally weak and I need it. Yeah, so I'll leave that at that. And the very famous one, do garlic protect you against coronavirus? Well, let's not get this wrong. Garlic quickens, makes your immunity steadfast. Garlic strengthens, boosts your immunity. That is alongside with things like vitamin C. What did I write? Yeah, and garlic also, it kind of, according to most researchers, it slows the growth of some species of bacteria. You already know that corona is a virus, not a bacteria. So all these people thinking they can use antibacterial medication for coronavirus. In fact, you know, I just remember the first patient to be declared corona-free in Kenya said she was cured with coronavirus. Now, please, people, let us gather, go and look for that girl. She deserves some caning. How can you mislead the whole world like that on national television? Anyway, I'm not saying anything. I'm just debunking the myths, the conspiracies. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Do only old people die of the coronavirus? Now, this is a stupid assumption. Oh, stupid. This is a family-friendly channel. We take that back. But it's not a wise assumption to think that only old people die of coronavirus. We have seen infants, we have seen children, like under 5, we have seen teenagers, and many people in their prime age. What is prime age? In between 25 and 45. These people have very robust health, and we have lost many of that. Go and ask France, go and ask Italy, go and ask Americans. Of course, there are some underlying factors that also help accelerate how fatal coronavirus will be, and it varies from patient to patient. If you have some underlying pneumonia, underlying tuberculosis, if you have some diabetic, whatever, if your cholesterol is high. So this is where people who take garlic and exercise more have an edge, or rather an upper hand, as opposed to the people who do not take their health seriously from the inception. What am I talking about? Junk food lovers. I didn't say anything. I'm not your health expert. Anyway, do not leave the channel yet. We almost done. Almost done. I kept the best for the last. Is COVID-19 just like flu? Yes, you have seen people coughing non-stop. Is it just like flu? It could be like a mutated version of flu. Is it like SARS? We don't know. Is it like MERS? We don't know. Even the health experts at the moment, they are just doing trial and error. Every country. The other day, the Madagascan president, his name is Andre, if I remember it well, if I remember him well, that is, he came up with something that they call COVID organics. Some people have conspiracies of neem. Okay, neem has worked well with things like tuberculosis, any respiratory disorders. It has helped. In Africa, 90% of the diseases are treated by the neem plant. Now here, people are starting to say use neem, use ginger, use what, and people are trying everything that works for the flu on the coronavirus. It may work or not, depending on how strong your immune system is prior to the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, what else have I written here? Actually, the overall profile for the coronavirus is a lot more serious. Yes, that is why it is a pandemic. Global pandemic, and the flu has never been a pandemic, not even in your village. So use some sense, Jerry. Use some sense, apply some logic. This is not a time to be ignorant. And some viruses are on human as their primary host, and they cause things like common cold. We know the coronavirus, we have seen the photo of it. It's just like this meatball with some shaggy hair. It looks really bad if you look at it under the microscopic element. The same may not be true for the children, for the animals. Do animals catch coronavirus? In Hong Kong, I think there is a cat brand, a cat species that actually caught coronavirus. The owner had it, and the cat also had it. Now this is a very interesting feature for the people who are studying science or researchers or anything, because this is a new development as far as the pandemic is concerned. Now, if there is anyone who has access to a scientist or whatever, let them know that in Hong Kong, a dog and a cat have the virus because the owner had it. Now, the cat died, the dog, I do not know yet, because I did not want to derail from my main topic of discussion for the day. And we also have one interesting one. People have run out of sanitizers worldwide. No sanitizer, no alcohol, no nothing, no nothing. Now, if you have contacted the virus, it operates from within your body, not from without. This virus operates from within your body, not from without. And that is why the main and the primary campaign is that do not touch your eyes, do not lick your lips, do not even breathe, do not touch your eyes. You see, all of these things, we are paying to attention. And as much as we sanitize our hands, it even kills the bacteria, the good bacteria that your body needs to keep your immune system at par, or rather at balance. But if you will make every of the bacteria drunk with this alcohol, you're even desensitizing your own skin, and you know the skin is the biggest and the most important body organ. So relax on these sanitizers. If you find sanitizer finished in the shops, relax. You have a good reason to stay home, right? Okay, those are 8 so far. Yes, I am not causing panic for you people. I'm just enlightening you because some of you have been doing all this corona thing all very, very wrong. Basically, the first cure is to stay home, which every government has done its best to let people stay at home. I think I have a ninth one. Oh no, I don't have a ninth one. That's it, guys. That's it, guys. And by the way, antibiotics do not kill coronavirus, okay? Parcels from China do not come with coronavirus. Coronavirus actually cannot exist on a surface for more than 12 hours. Whether it's metallic, whether it's wooden, whether it does not. It's not like the likes of Ebola or anthrax that could be transported in their millions in a petri dish. It is different. I think it is a more disciplined version of all this biological warfare stuff. Gargling bleach. Some of you are gargling bleach, especially you people in the United States of America. No wonder 58,000 of you are 6 feet under. No wonder. Gargling bleach. What is even that? In fact, I will skip that. And then home remedies. Some of you say essential oils, silver colored oil, sesame oil, garlic, fish, burning sage, sipping water every 15 minutes. Sipping water every 15 minutes. Now this one is an interesting one. You know that your body digestive system operates on enzymes and acids. So anything that actually goes down to your stomach has very little chance of survival. That is why they tell you drink water every 15 minutes. Now among these theories that we have looked at, the 10 of them, I only stand with drinking water and staying the hell away from people, at least in the meantime. That's all we had time for. We said we are not going to bombard you with news of deaths and the death calculator and the number of people that have died so far. I am Elizabeth Njoga. Share this information with the people that you think need, because people are doing the corona thing all very wrong. That's why we are stuck from the beginning of 2020. We are almost on the 5th month. Nothing has moved. Oh, we need some salvation, guys. Stay home in the meantime, and Ramadan Kareem to all those who are observing at this time. Peace out.